Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. As you can tell by the title of this video, I'm going to be talking about how I was able to clear my acne. You guys, I've had acne for 7 years. I've had acne since SHS1. Now I'm going to start off by giving you like a little story time of how I actually started getting acne, because it wasn't like a how do I put it? It wasn't like a puberty thing. Like I didn't hit puberty and then all of a sudden start getting pimples. No. So what had happened was that when I went to SHS1, okay, I went to Yasantua Senior High School, and I was in house 3. And our house mistress said everybody has to sleep in mosquito nets. I mean, it was part of their perspective, so I brought mosquito nets to school, but I didn't know that with mosquito nets, like you have to wash it and dry it and wash it to like kind of reduce the chemicals in it, because the chemicals were a lot. So she literally forced me one day, my hospital, she forced me one day to actually sleep in it, because I just used to hang it. I didn't used to actually sleep under it because like there's too much heat in the domes. You get this woman forced us to sleep inside the mosquito net. So I didn't really think much of it. I didn't want to be disobedient. So I slept under it, right? Tell me why I woke up at midnight and my face was burning. Like I felt like somebody had poured pepper on my face. And my face was burning. It was stinging so fucking bad. Like I had never felt that kind of sensation on my face before. It was burning, it was stinging. So like I ran out. I went to wash my face like under the tap, and like it was still burning. But like after a while, I think it kind of calmed down. So I thought that was the end of it. The next morning, guys, I had this like rash all over my face. Like I don't know what kind of rash it was. I think somebody told me it was shingles or something like that, but like it was all over my face, my neck. So I think that incident kind of it messed with my skin barrier, like my skin barrier, because it's your skin barrier that protects your skin from, you know, external whatever, so you don't like clog your pores and like get acne and stuff. Because before that my skin was fine, I wasn't having any issues. I mean, I really didn't think much about my skin at that time, so I didn't have like a skincare routine, but my skin wasn't bad. I didn't have acne, you know, till that event. So that was how I started getting acne. After the shingles, I had the shingles for like 3 weeks, you guys, because I didn't know how to treat it. Everybody was giving me advice, oh, use fan bags, use this, use that. So I think it was one of the creams I was using that finally got the shingles to go away. But after the shingles left, I was now left with the acne, because now my skin barrier was ruined and I didn't have a skincare routine. So it's like anything was just happening to my face anyhow. I was getting pimples. I had all types of pimples. I had cystic acne, I had pustules, papules, whiteheads, blackheads, the works. I had everything. My face was a jungle. It was so bad, but I didn't really care. I don't know why. Like when you're in a girls' school, you don't really care much because there are no boys to impress, and I'm straight, so I didn't give a damn like what the girls thought of me, like how my face was. It wasn't something that concerned me, you get, so I wasn't really worried. So like it got to a point, like, you know, my friends started giving me advice that, oh, use this, use that. So I was just listening to any and everybody. I didn't know what the fuck a dermatologist was at that point. I didn't do any kind of research on my own. Child, I was a mess. And I feel like if I actually did some proper research, I would have been able to get rid of the acne like a long time ago, because 7 years is a long time to do with acne. Even when I started my influencing journey, I had serious acne. So I think that was one of the reasons why like I kind of held back, because I couldn't put my face as much as I wanted to. And I mean, there's so much content you can create without your face. It's your face that is your brand. It's what people are gonna relate to. And if you can't talk to them like the way I'm talking to you in the camera right now, like what kind of brand would you have to get? And of course, when you take pictures, you can edit them. Like when it comes to videos, you can't edit videos. Like they're gonna see the texture, they're gonna see everything. Do you get? So it was a crazy time, child. But finally, my skin is at a place where I'm very proud of it. I'm gonna insert some pictures of how my skin used to be. I don't even think I have all of the times where like my skin was really, really bad, but I'll find them and display them on the screen for you to see how far I have come. And I'm going to show you a picture of my skin like today, like how my skin, obviously you can't see, but like you see the natural glow, like the skin is eating. But anyway, so let's get down to the business of actually how I cleared it. Okay, now on one of my adventures on YouTube, one of my research adventures, because I'm always doing research on skincare when my skin was terrible. So I found this video of this woman who was saying, oh, this product was what helped her son get rid of his cystic acne forever. And it was a vitamin. It wasn't any crazy drug. It was literally a water-soluble vitamin called pantothenic acid. So that was the first thing that I used. I feel like really like kick-started my skin getting better to get. But the only thing with pantothenic acid is if you want to use it for skin related issues, like you want to use it to clear acne, you're gonna have to mega dose on it. You can't overdose on it because it's water soluble, and what your body doesn't use is just gonna come out as pee. Like if you drink a lot of water, it's just gonna come out as pee because it's water soluble. So you can't really overdose. You can only mega dose, like take a mega amount. So I used to take 15 pills of pantothenic acid a day. So 5 in the morning, 5 in the afternoon, 5 in the evening after I eat, after meals, basically. So, and a bottle had 100 tablets, and that bottle, I think that bottle at that time was like 60 cedis or 70 cedis, and it was just 100 in it. So imagine I'm taking 15 pills a day. How long is that bottle gonna last? That bottle lasts a little over a week, and that money is gone. You have to buy another one. You get, it was very expensive. I'm not gonna lie. This journey has not been cheap. In case you are thinking it's some cheap product that you just use one time and it's gone. Nope. I'm sorry to break it to you, especially if you're in Ghana. I feel like if you're abroad, those things are very cheap. Ghana here, we all know how things are. So it was not cheap, child. It was not cheap. So I think I used pantothenic acid for like a month, 2 months. I think I used it for like a month or 2 months. So I was like, this thing is getting expensive. But during the time that I was mega dosing on it, oh my god, like the first 3 days, all my cystic acne came to the front of my skin. Like it came, is it whiteheads or papules? I don't know which one. The one that like you see the gunk right under your skin, and like if you pop it, it will come out. That's what it became. Like everything came to the surface and it started popping, and like my skin started to clear up. I was so happy, you guys. I can't tell you the level of excitement I had in my heart. Oh god, I was just so happy that finally something was working, because I've tried and tried. I've gone to Rabito Clinic twice. They always give you topical treatments. I don't feel like topical treatment is the answer to skincare issues. It helps, of course, to clean dirt and stuff. But if your issue is an internal one, usually skincare somehow has to do with internal stuff, because it's only when it's really, really bad inside that you can see the outside. Do you get what I mean? So yeah, that pantothenic acid, what I researched about pantothenic, you can do more research on your own, but what I personally learned about pantothenic acid is that it thins out the oils that your skin produces. It thins it out. It makes it thin, like, you know, less thick, so that your skin will not be clogged. Do you get? So as it's thinning it out, it will be coming out to the surface, and you know, the acne that you have will just be like going. Of course, I use some skincare, but I use very hydrating skincare products. I'm gonna do my skincare products in another video. This is just to let you know the products that I used. Yeah. So after the first like 1.5 months, I stopped using pantothenic acid because it was expensive, and it's like you have to take a lot of it. And I was wondering, like, this, if I stop taking it, will the acne come back? And like, you know, I wanted like a more permanent solution. Okay, so that is when I started doing more research on Accutane. Now let me tell you, Accutane, they have to prescribe it to you. A dermatologist has to prescribe Accutane to you. You can't just get up and go and buy Accutane. They don't even sell it. They don't sell it to you without a prescription, basically. So, but I found a loophole. Okay, I bought it online. Now the online shop that I bought it from, they did not ask me for a prescription, and I made sure to buy the like minimum dose, because it's all with a prescription. So I wasn't about to mega dose and kill myself. Like I didn't know everything about Accutane. I didn't want to have any like extreme complications. You get what I mean? So I took the tiniest dose possible. I think I took like 10 milligrams. I'll show you all the products. Like I think I'll show you the Accutane right now. I have a box of it, so I'm gonna take the box and show you. So I'm back. This is my Accutane box. I don't know if you could see it. Yeah, it says Accutane 10 isotretinoin USP 10 milligrams. So it has like 3 of these things. Hold on. It has like 3 of these things in it. Like, yeah, it's 3. So you take 1 a day, 1 10 milligram pill a day. That's what I was taking. I was taking that once a day. You feel me? Yeah. So, mind you, this is not a medicine that you start taking now, you start seeing changes like the way it was with the B5. With the B5 that I was taking, because that's the vitamin, it's the B5 vitamin. With that one, I started seeing changes like immediately. This one, I first started breaking out more. I broke out more. For like 2 months, I was, what was that thing called? It has a name. Like when you first start taking a product and like your skin is reacting badly, it has a name. So I'm gonna find a name and put it on the screen. But yeah, that's what I was doing for like 2 months straight. I took this thing for 3 months. So it was after the first 2 months that I started seeing a change, and like that change was drastic. Like after the first 2 months, after purging, thank you. After I purged for a whole 2 month period. After those 2 months, child, this skin was giving. Okay, it was after those 2 months that I realized, okay, this is actually doing something. Because, mind you, I was taking a very minimum dose. I felt like if you go to the dermatologist and you let them know you want to try Accutane, they're going to do some blood tests and see how much your skin can manage. And I felt like the dosage they give you might be higher depending on how bad your acne is. And I had mostly these tiny bumps on my skin, so I didn't want to like go crazy. Plus, I didn't even find any higher dosage than the 10 milligrams. So that's just about that. But I feel like if you go to a proper dermatologist, they might be able to give you something higher than this, depending on how really bad your skin is, And I stopped taking this like 3 months ago, and my skin is still doing good. So that means that like my skincare products that I've been using have also been helping to maintain my skin. Yes, as I was saying, my skincare products have been working, and I'm gonna put my skincare products in a separate video after this. So make sure you subscribe, okay, you guys. I'm giving you the gems, so subscribe so your girl can get ahead. You feel me? Thank you. Help me help you. If you have any more questions, you can put them in the comment section. Okay, I'm gonna be like replying. If I feel like a comment deserves a video on its own, I'm gonna make a full video on its own. So make sure they leave all the comments below, like how much everything cost and nitty-gritties like that. So yeah, after 2 months was when I realized that this product was actually working. So I took it for 1 more month. This thing was not cheap. Let me just put that out there first of all. This thing is not cheap. This thing is not cheap, okay, especially because I bought it online without a prescription. So that online place, I'm sure that like they overpriced it. The first time I bought it, it was like 180 something cedis for this box. It has 30 tablets in it, by the way. So if you buy one, it can last you for a whole month. And the reason why I'm saying that it's not cheap, in my opinion, is because you have to take this for 6 months minimum. You have to take this for 6 months minimum, and this thing has side effects. Okay, you're gonna have a lot of joint pains. Like me right now, I have waist pains. And I know some of you already have waist pains even without taking this medicine. I don't know what is wrong with us, this generation. We just have pains for absolutely no reason. But I have waist pains. I have waist pains because of this thing. And when I was taking this thing, I had more pains. Like my joints were aching, my ankle, my like every joint in my body, like child, it was aching. But I think apart from that, I think that was the only side effect that I was personally experiencing. I wasn't experiencing any other side effects. I know there are more side effects to this drug, like depression and stuff like that. And child, let me tell you, my depression has been very, very bad compared to when I started taking this. So I feel like it has somehow affected my depression, made it worse. But child, I still want that clear skin though, so if I could shoot something about like fuck depression, we're gonna pray depression will go away. But anyway, yeah, I'm really happy with my skin now. Like obviously I need to take care of it more because I still have a lot of texture. But one thing I learned whilst on this skincare journey is that there is no perfect skin. There is no perfect skin. Perfect skin does not exist. Let me first put that out there, okay? Every single person that you see online has skin issues one way or the other. If it's not hyperpigmentation, it's these tiny bumps, it's texture is normal. Okay, you don't have airbrushed skin. I know my skin is glowing right now, but even with that, let me come closer. You can see the texture. You can see some hyperpigmentation. Personally, I don't give a damn about hyperpigmentation, because with the acne that I have experienced and how painful it was at one point, I don't give a fuck about hyperpigmentation. Like, I'll take hyperpigmentation over painful acne any day, over any type of acne any day, for real. So I'm not really that stressed about hyperpigmentation. Like, I have dark spots. It doesn't really bother me. Once the acne is on my face, I'll definitely get one like pimple here and there, because it's normal. Your skin is not perfect. You're gonna have acne one way or the other. It's when it's a lot and it's painful that you feel, okay, you actually have to do something about this. But the one they don't even bother me anymore. I still do get them, like on my period and stuff. I still do get some one pimples, around my jawline. Those are usually hormonal. And I was mentioning that I started drinking some herbal tea. That one was just recently. I got sick and my mom made me this clove and hibiscus tea, like no sugar. It's just strictly herbal. And I was drinking a lot of it every morning, every evening. I was drinking a lot of it. I was drinking it hot. And those 2 weeks, my skin was glowing. Like, I didn't even get a breakout in those 2 weeks. Like, my skin was perfect. And even the weeks after that, my skin was still perfect. So I was like, maybe this thing is actually doing something. And like per my research, sometimes when your gut is fucked up, it will affect your skin, because in your stomach there's good bacteria and there's bad bacteria. So sometimes when a bad bacteria becomes more than a good bacteria, that's when you start getting all these skin issues and stuff like that. But then, when you try to find the balance, your skin will be great. And usually it's those teas, these herbal teas, these green teas that usually help to fix the gut issues that you have. So you should probably do more research. I know there's a test you can take to show if you have some gut irregularities or hormonal irregularities. You can go to the hospital and get those tests done. There's a lot that goes into skincare. Okay, some people are fortunate, they have glowing skin, it's genetics, they don't have to worry about this shit. But if you are like me and you've had acne and you're struggling with acne, child, it will be good for you to go get those tests done, just so you know what you're working with. Because once you get those tests done, it will help you more. My own was purely trial and error. So I spent a lot of unnecessary money on skincare products that didn't do jack for my skin, child. They didn't do jack for my skin. They will wear for like 2 weeks and that was it. Another thing I learned is that if you want permanent results, they're not gonna happen in 2 weeks. I'm very, very sorry, they're not gonna happen in 2 weeks. Like, it's not gonna happen. Permanent results are not gonna come after 2 weeks of using some topical cream. I personally don't believe anybody who just come and suggest a face cream to you and say, okay, this cream cleared my acne. Sis, we know you're lying. Also, I don't believe people who has glowing skin their whole life on skincare recommendations. Like, what would you know about skincare recommendations? What would you know about bad skin? You've had good skin your entire life. I've met people like that in school, like their skin is just glowing 247. They don't have to worry about shit. You feel me? Those people exist. But even with them, they even have some 1 or 2 here and there sometimes. And even the good portion of them have good skincare routines, child. So even the people with genetics who are having skincare routine, now what's your excuse? Get a good skincare routine. I recommend a very hydrating one. So hydrating cleansers, hydrating toners, hydrating mists, hydrating moisturizers, everything hydrates. Even your sunscreen should have some element of hydration in it, because usually it's dry skin that causes all this irritation. Like when your skin is dry, it will produce more oil to compensate the dryness, and the oil will clog your skin if you don't wash it well, and it's just a vicious cycle for me. So it's usually dryness. Don't think that your face is shiny with oil, so it means that it's moist. It's still dry. It's dry, that's why it's producing more oil. So you tackle the dryness with more hydration, you drink more water, you eat hydrating foods. Child, it's a lot. Do your research. Don't just take one medicine and expect everything to go. I've had to make a lot of lifestyle changes, even after going on Accutane for 3 months, just so that my skin can be glowing. You feel me? Because period, I'm not using no bleaching creams, no nothing, child. It's just soap and water. Now somebody asked me, oh my god, what do you use? Actually, just cold butter. It's my boy. That's what they be telling you. Those people who have spent billions on their skin for it to look good. When you ask them, they come and tell you, oh, it's just Nivea. It's a child. They are lying to you. Okay, do your own research. Find out what your issues are so that it will help you to tackle it further. Okay, so that is the end of today's video. If you guys want a follow-up video, let me know in the comments. And yeah, thank you for watching. If you've watched up to this point, I love you so much. Make sure you're subscribed. Please make sure you're subscribed so that I can be able to give you more videos like this in the future. Okay, bye.